My book obviously raises many questions, which I do address in the book. One of them is, isn't the pain of failed relationships necessary for personal growth? Aren't you sheltering people from the real world by suggesting that they not open themselves up to this inevitable pain? Frankly, I think that people experience much more pain in life than is necessary. And you know what? I've never met anyone who doesn't experience some. But there's a difference between experiencing pain that just comes to you despite your best efforts, and pain that is likely to hit you in the face because you're doing something that's going to bring it on. And that kind of pain is just not necessary. I'll never forget when I went to visit my sister in the hospital many years ago, and in the room next to her was a 16-year-old boy who was entirely in casts, traction, you name it. And I asked her what happened to this kid. And she said he was driving down the highway on his motorcycle and got sucked under a truck. And was apparently dragged down the highway, I don't know how far, until the truck driver realized there's a kid under my truck. Every bone in his body was broken. I learned an awful lot from that kid. I learned that I don't want to particularly do 70 miles an hour on the highway on a motorcycle. And I learned it from him. You don't have to learn things from your own hard-earned experience. Trial and error is not the way to go when it comes to relationships. Take a little look around the world. See what other people are doing wrong. See what you can avoid, and spare yourself that kind of pain. And I believe that not getting physical spares you a tremendous amount of completely unnecessary pain that in the end of the day is only going to destroy trust, make you feel pessimistic about relationships, and is not going to promote any great spiritual growth. So stay safe, protect yourself a little bit. God will send you whatever pain you need to grow without you asking for it. Perhaps the strongest, and to my mind, the most intelligent question one can ask about this approach to relationships is, hold on a second. So you get to build a genuine bond. You get to really know who this other person is emotionally, intellectually, spiritually. But isn't physical knowledge kind of important for a relationship? You do believe that's an important part of life, don't you? So shouldn't we kind of try that out and make sure that that kind of goes also before we sign on the dotted line? And my answer to that question is, in fact, I don't believe that you need to. And I think that the problem is that we have come very much to misdefine sexuality in the world that we live in. In a hookup culture, sexuality can pretty much only be a performance. And that is so horribly and painfully reductive. Sexuality is a deep expression of who you are and your feelings for the person that you're with. So if you're going out with someone and you see that he or she is kind, caring, sensitive, wants to know that you're happy. Would you prefer to sit here? Would you prefer to sit here? Are you too cold? Are you too hot? If you like the way he or she looks into your eyes, is attuned to your feelings, you have just gotten more information about your future intimate life than you will from a campus hookup. You want to know that things are going to flow, that you're going to be expressing a genuine bond between the two of you. And as I say in my book repeatedly, that bond is so much more easy to form and to determine that it's real if you're not getting physical. Another big question that people ask me is, practically speaking, how do you do this? How do you just tell somebody out there in the secular world that you don't want to get physical in a relationship? So I'll tell you about somebody who actually did this and did it very beautifully. I know a strikingly beautiful young woman, long blonde hair, blue eyes, California, right, who is going out with a very nice guy. And they were completely not religious. And by the third or fourth date, she was expecting something pretty significant to occur in the physical realm at the end of their evening. And she let it be known that she was open to this happening. And he completely took her by surprise. And he said, you know, I think you're really beautiful, and part of me would like nothing more than to go there tonight. But you seem like a really special person. I'm really enjoying getting to know you. And I don't want to throw a wrench into this. I can't help but feel that if we were to get physical right now, it might actually ruin something. So what do you say we just hang out some more and get to know each other deeper? And then when and if we do get physical, it's bound to mean an awful lot more. I know that if I was in college and if a guy said something like that to me, I would fall at his feet. What person does not want to be wanted for who they are? When you say that you don't want to get physical with someone, that's in essence what you're saying. I want to get to know you because you seem like a special person. What could be more beautiful?